magtatagal para makapagtanong na po tayo. I just wanted to put on record na we are not getting any better. We are getting worse. May mga lugar na hindi baha, ngayon baha na. Mr. Chairman, siguro dapat may managot naman ho. May managot naman dito sa mga paghihirap ng mga kababayan natin. May magawa naman po tayo. And that is why we are all here this morning, Mr. Chairman. We are here to look into the effectiveness of these flood control programs, to identify the gaps in our policies and protocols, and most importantly, to find solutions to all these problems. Yung NIA na tinanong ni Senator Francis nun, parang hugas kamay, wala daw silang magagawa dun sa mga dam. Eh, ang laki ho ng tinaas ng tubig na taon-taon na lang, ganun din ho. Kung kailan mataas ang tubig, dun magpapakawala. So again, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank you for your swift action on this matter. We're looking forward to a fruitful and truthful discussion.
Okay.
Maraming salamat po sa
Thank
inyong
you, Senator Villanueva. Ramdam na ramdam ko yung nasa puso ni Senator Joel, ano? Lalo-lalo na yung mga kababayan natin dyan sa Bulacan. Sana ito'y tumanim sa ating lahat. Sana naman, ano ba, pagtulong-tulungan natin. Holistic approach. Kailangan, no? Actually, hindi lang Bulacan may problema dyan. Buong Pilipinas. But anyway, I would like to give the floor for her opening statement. Senator Amy Marcos. Madam.
Yes, maraming salamat po. At tulad nga ng sinabi ng aking mga kasamahan sa Senado, ito lang ang kauna-unahang pagkakataon na isang bagyo o dalawang bagyo, yung Egay back-to-back sa Falcon, talagang naapektuhan at nagkaroon ng baha mula sa Ilocos Norte, Cagayan at sa buong Norte. Umabot pa sa Central Luzon, umabot pa hanggang sa Cavite pagkat ako'y nandun kahapon. Nakita natin, Ternate, Naik, Tansa, lahat baha-baha. Paano ito nangyari? And for this reason, I'd like to embark on at least 3 topics. Firstly, accountability. I do not see any representative from DENR here, and if the MMDA sees fit to waive this hearing aside, I think the DENR should also be here, given that riverine management falls under them very squarely, and they should account for the billions that have gone to the National Greening Program. This problem is not merely an urban problem of MMDA and the urban zones, it's also become a problem of the rural areas. I would also like to have seen the DA represented by the Bureau of Soils and Water Management. Certainly, they should be here. Mr. Chairman, I demand that the Pangilinan Group send someone to account for the havoc and mayhem caused in NLEX. No one was there. In the many days that it was underwater, it took 9 hours for us and even longer simply for that stretch in San Simon. Also, I do not see anyone from San Miguel or the contractor of San Miguel. They do not seem to be present in order to defend their rather checkered history, the Boscalis group of contractors, who also perhaps had something to do with the great amount of water that was displaced, 100 million cubic meters. I think this has to be considered. That is accountability po. Bakit wala sila rito? DENR, ang NLEX, toll, panay ang singil nila, pataas ng pataas ang singil, wala naman dumadaan, wala rin naman linibre sa amin. Yung San Miguel, ganyan din. Asan sila? Wala naman pumutok na detailed dike katulad noong 2012. Wala naman rinilis sa Pantabangan. Ba't nagkaganito tayo? So yung accountability po, ipaliwanag lang please. Ikalawa yung response. Napakahina naman ng response. Nalilito naman kami dyan. Ba't naman wala naman sumaklolo sa sino man? At ngayon, nananatili pa rin na homeless ang napakarami, pagkat nalilito rin at sana nananawagan ako kay Mr. Chairman, pwede ba isama na rin natin yung Department of Housing and Urban Settlements, pagkat ang pera para sa partially damaged at totally damaged homes sa norte, nalipat from DSWD at napunta dito sa bagong department, nagtuturoan po sila ng NHA, may 1 billion, tapos sasagutin kayo na pero wala na. Alin ba talaga? Ako'y nalilito talaga at hindi na namin alam kung saan pupunta. Ganon din sa Department of Agriculture na wala ring sumasagot kung saan manggagaling yung replanting, restocking ng short maturing at saka yung quick harvest varieties ng rice and gulay. Yung mais, wala nang pag-asa yun hanggang November. Talagang tangay na lahat yun dahil basa masyado, hindi nakakayanin yan. Ikatlo, yung plano, yung mahiwagang feasibility plan na sinasabi. Mahiwaga siya talaga, hindi namin maintindihan. Talaga ba yung kasalanan Bustos Dam, katulad ng sabi ni Governor Daniel? Totoo ba yun? Nia, pakisagot naman please. At yung budget ng DPWH, siguro panahon ng tignan ng maigi, bakit napupunta ang napakaraming pera, lumalala naman yung problema. Yun nga, sinabi 703. Sa susunod na taon, may proposed budget na naman sa NEP natin, flood control, 215 billion. This year, may 182 billion. Kada taon, billion-billion. Nung bago ako pumasok sa politika bilang kongresista, nagtataka ako ba't ang daing flood control. Ang sabi po sa akin, tanga ka pala eh. Wala naman sisisid sa COA. Maayos yan. Gano'n na ba talaga ang nangyari sa flood control? Hindi naman sisisid yung mga auditor, pambihirang buhay to. So, therefore, to recap po, I think we need to put our heads together. And while we tend to romanticize the extraordinary steadfastness and resiliency of the Filipino, I think it makes us ponder whether in this day and age it is not enough simply to be resilient, but we Filipinos must also be buoyant. Tanggap na ba talaga natin na babahain at malulunod tayong lahat?
Okay. Senator Tulfo, you're recognized for your opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Mr. Chair, Senator Bong Revilla, my esteemed colleagues, and invited guests and resource persons. Let me start by stating the obvious. As a tropical country considered to be the most disaster-prone country in the world in the World Risk Index, frequent heavy rains and strong typhoons are inevitable in the Philippines. That is a fact. Flooding is a constant problem we have to deal with. But unlike rains and typhoons, flooding is not totally inevitable. Floods are completely preventable and avoidable. Kailangan na natin umaksyon at kumilos. We should not just react to disasters, we should avoid disasters. For the past 2 decades, the Philippines has experienced the deadliest typhoons and the worst floods in our history. Nandiyan po ang Bagyong Ondoy noong 2009, ang Bagyong Yolanda noong 2013, at ang Bagyong Odette nitong 2021 lamang. Bilyong-bilyong piso na po ang naidulot nito na perwisyo sa ating kabuhayan, lalo na sa sektor ng agrikultura, at libu-libong buhay na po ang nasawi dahil dito. Ngayon po, mas nakakabahala na kahit walang bagyo ay madali nang binabaha ang ating bansa, lalo na Metro Manila at mga kalapit na probinsya gaya ng Cavite, Pampanga at Bulacan. Mapapansin po natin na magkaroon lamang ng walang tigil na pag-ulan sa isang araw ay matinding traffic nang idinudulot sa EDSA at karamihan sa universidad natin sa Taft Avenue at Maynila ay agad-agad magsususpindi na ng klase dahil sa baha. Kamakailan lang ay halos mag-camping na po ang karamihan sa mga kababayan natin sa expressway dahil sa bigla ng daloy, bigat na daloy ng trapiko dulot ng baha. Mr. Chair, my dear colleagues, we can no longer afford to be reactive to these situations. Masyadong malaking perwisyo na po ang dulot ng pagbaha at masyadong malaki na po ang naidulot nitong perwisyo at abala sa ating kabuhayan, lalo na sa agrikultura. In this committee hearing, I hope that we can shed light on the reasons why our country is still having a hard time resolving our constant problems with flooding. Maraming katanungan ang dapat mabigyan ng totoong sagot. Una, saan napupunta at paano ginagamit ng DPWH ang bilyon-bilyong piso na budget para sa flood control management? This 2023, halos 183 billion pesos po ang nilagay ng national budget sa national budget. Para sa 2024, halos papalo po ng 215 billion pesos ang pondo na inilaan para dito. Ito po ba ay binubulsa o ibubulsa pa ng ilan? Your guess is as good as mine. Pangalawa, kamakailan lang din ay binuksan natin sa Blue Ribbon Committee ang investigasyon sa korupsyon sa National Irrigation Administration o NIA. Hello, Engineer Maric Revillame. Kumusta po kayo? Okay ka lang? Sana makita tayo sa Blue Ribbon investigation next time, ha? Thank you. Continue. Ano po ba ang mga kapabayaan ng NIA? NIA, ulit. Sikat kayo rito ngayon, NIA, for the second time, nabanggit ko kayo. Na nakaka-apekto sa maling pag-release ng tubig sa mga dam. Bakit tila ang ating regulator dams, waterways at gateway ay hindi gumagana ng maayos? NIA, mamaya pakisagot ha. Pangatlo, sa issue ng reclamation, nakakabahala na parang candy na lang pinamimigay sa bata ang Environmental Compliance Certificate o ECC mula sa DENR at Notice to Proceed mula sa Philippine Reclamation Authority. Bakit naging ganito ang kalakaran sa mga ahensya na ito? Siguro dapat lang natin silang tanungin sa magkanong halaga. Mr. Chair, in addition to these probing questions, we should also offer solutions. Sa aking pong pagkonsulta sa isang kilalang eksperto, ang tanyag na arkitekto at urban planner na si Architect June Palafox, marami po kaming napag-usapan. At napagkasunduan ng solusyon na maring ipatupad ng ating gobyerno upang matugunan ang problema sa matinding baha. First, we should improve the administration of our administration of our dams. We must equip them with modern equipment and systems. Our dams should properly function, that is, to store rainwater during rainstorms and typhoons. And only will it gradually release water after. Hindi yung habang bumabagyo ay sasabayan pa ng mga dams natin ang pag-release ng tubig. We should also ensure that proper dredging or desilting should be performed in our dams. Maaari na maraming putik na ang nasa dams natin na nagpapababaw dito. Second, we should consider the construction of smart tunnels or underground drainage system that can accommodate flood waters and rainwaters in Metro Manila and nearby provinces. This system has been adopted by a number of countries already that solve their flooding problems. In addition, we must also construct spillways that will lessen the impact of floods. The Laguna de Bay and the Manila Bay should be properly utilized to improve our drainage and flood control system. Third, we must establish a rainwater collection and management system. Mr. Chair, I hope we can tackle in our next hearing my proposed Rainwater Management Act. Not only will this ease our problems on flooding, but it will also contribute to our efforts to properly utilize rainwater. The time is now for our government to consider the proposed solutions by our experts. Every second of delay in implementation brings us closer to another disaster. As Architect Palafox said, Typhoon Ondoy is not only inevitable, it will not repeat itself. Rather, a worse and more devastating flood is waiting for our urban area to face. It's been almost 14 years since our country was wrecked by it. And yet, it is as if we have not learned anything from it. Ulit-ulit pa rin po ang pagbaha, hindi lamang sa NCR, kundi pati na po sa kalapit nitong probinsya. We must be creative and innovative in solving our flooding problems. We must act, and it is now. Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any other senator who wishes to deliver their opening statement? Okay, Senator
No,
Tolentino.
I will not have a lengthy introductory statement. I just want to stress that this is a problem which is national in scope. And I'd like to associate myself with a statement made by Senator Marcos that perhaps DNR is underrepresented in these proceedings. PRA is not present. MMDA is glaringly underrepresented, although we have a capable undersecretary here. But DPWH is overrepresented. I think that shows their capacity to respond enough to emergency situations. Mr. Chairman, if there is a person here, modestly aside, who has been immersed in flooding, I myself has been doing anti-flood control measures during my past life. Yung kotse ko po nung araw ay siguro 3 pares na boots. Lulublob po ako sa Tripa de Galina. Lulublob po ako sa Estero de la Reina. At marami pang iba. Ito pong problemang kinakaharap natin perhaps would involve the committee likewise of Senator J.B. Ejercito. Urban planning is not just relevant for Metro Manila but other areas as well. As we recall, Cotabato was flooded months ago. The same is true with Eastern Samar, Western Samar, Northern Samar, marami pang iba. The committee of Senator Villar probably might be involved and interested likewise because she heads the Committee on Environment. And the rest of us here, lalong-lalo na po siguro si Senator Joel Villanueva recently, tinamaan talaga yung Bulacan. Yung po yung tinanong ko dun sa Blue Ribbon Committee as attested by Senator Tulfo, why are we still using rubber dams in the Bustos Dam? Though it may be a diversionary dam, a rubber dam pa rin ho yun. So this problem, Mr. Chairman, probably would involve a holistic approach that would not just pinpoint a blame on one particular agency. We hope to carve out solutions, and I was asking Senator JB here, bakit nawala yung etiketa nitong mineral water? Usually, ang nakikita kong brand dito ay Summit. So I hope it will not just end in a flood control summit. I hope we can craft legislation that would really provide a long-lasting solution, whether it is levy, whether it is more flood control mechanisms, whether it is providing dams, whether it is adopting the Dutch principle of living with nature, and other measures, Mr. Chairman. So, salamat po sa pagkakataong ito. I hope we can have a fruitful discussion geared towards achieving long-lasting solutions para po yung mga kababayan natin sa Central Luzon ay hindi na sapitin po ito. Ganon din po sa iba't ibang lugar sa Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po. Ako po muna ay liliban doon sa Commission on Appointments. Thank you, Mr. Chairman,
Thank
for
you.
conducting this hearing.
Thank you, Senator Tolentino. Senator Villar, do you have any opening statement?
Sana akong sasabihin na opening statement except they brought up that this problem of flooding should also be the concern of DNR. Oo, so I'm the chairman of the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, so I should make a hearing on this. But I'm studying because walang masyadong nagsusupport ng anti-reclamation except me. Gusto ko itanong lang kay Secretary Bonoan. Kasi ako, I built a 40-kilometer river drive to clean our river, both Las Piñas and Bacoor. And it took me 12 years to build kasi mahal yun eh. 4 billion. So I cannot build a 4 billion project with my budget from the Senate. So it took me 12 years to build that. But I did it because I know it's important. So I'm cleaning the river every day. In fact, I'm the one na nagbabantay kung naglilinis yung mga trabahador sa river, partially financed by DPWH, DNR, local government, and MMDA. Pero ang question ko lang sa iyo, Secretary Bonoan, miski ba linisin natin ang river, pag sinarhan mo yung daanan ng river papunta sa Manila Bay, will it be effective?
We will ask him to answer that later, Madam.
Yeah, that's why I just want to ask that question. Kasi parang ako, I'm so lonely because after spending 12 years cleaning my river, isasara ng reclamation yung aking river, hindi ba kami magfa-flood? I want to ask Secretary Bonoan. Kasi ganyan din ang mangyayari sa Bulacan. Kahit natin linisin lahat ng river doon, pag walang lalabasan yung river doon, hindi ba tayo magfa-flood? I'm asking you. I want your answer now. Kasi I'm not staying here forever. I just want to ask that question para linawin natin sa mga tao. Kasi miski sa press release nyo, walang nagsasabi sa inyo na maybe part of the reason is the reclamation.
Mr. Chair,
Labasan yung river ng Bulacan dahil natakpan yung river. Oh,
Senator,
I'm not saying that it's the only reason, but tinatanong ko sa'yo, kahit ko ba paghirapan ko linisin ang river namin, pag walang lalabasan sa Manila Bay, will it solve the problem of flooding? Oh.
ma'am, I will be the one to answer in his behalf. Kasi ang problema dyan sa reclamation, sabihin natin, pag mali talaga ang paggawa ng pag-reclaim at tinabunan yung lahat na dapat tatabunan, wala talagang dadaanan ng tubig. No? May tamang reklamasyon at mayroong mali. At so ang tama din dyan, dapat may master plan talaga ang pag-handle ng problema dyan sa baha.
But the problem is, I talked to Secretary Loizaga about this. Medyo takot siya kasi yung mga magre-reclaim mga influential sa Pilipinas. So natatakot siya being a secretary under
Madam Chair,
natatakot sila na sabi ko, wag ka matakot kung mali, kung tama, tama. Kasi
dito sa puntos na
something about it.
problema ng hinaharap natin dito sa pagbaha, ito'y problema ng lahat eh. Wala dapat kinakatakutan. Kung ano yung tama, dapat panindigan kung sino yung namumuno dyan. Yun ang dapat natin gawin. Wala namang masama sa reklamasyon, basta't gagawin ng tama. Pumunta kayo ng Dubai, pumunta kayo ng Hong Kong, kung saan yung mga sa Macau. Napakaganda ng pagkakahandle nila dyan. Halos lahat ng
That we have issued 21 ECC to reclaim Manila Bay. 21
actually-
ECC na ang pinakamaliit is 300 hectares. So 21 times 300 hectares is ano yon, 7,000? 8,000 hectares
Medyo-
in Manila Bay.
Mr. Chair,
Kaya
point of
ba na natin na ang 800 hectares sa Manila Bay na i-reclaim? I'm just asking the expert kasi
Yeah, we will get into that. Nandito
point
pa
of
lang po
order.
tayo sa opening. Point of order.
Mr. Chair,
Sige.
with the permission of Senator Villar, Senator JB is raising his hand.
Okay.
yes, Mr. Chair.
Sasagutin naman po lahat yan, ma'am.
Actually, there's a resolution filed by Senator Ontiveros regarding the reclamation projects in Manila Bay. But unfortunately, it was referred to the Committee on Housing and Urban Planning, which is my committee. And I feel that it should be under the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources. So it will be corrected, and I already informed the majority leader and the Senate President. So I think the proper committee to hear it will be the Committee on Environment. And I think, Senator Villar, you're not alone in that position. I think a lot of senators share the same sentiments, because especially with what is happening right now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name was mentioned.
Thank you
I just
very
wanted to put on record that we will do that today in the plenary, Mr. Chairman, so that we will have definitely a holistic approach on this particular issue of flooding. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Yes, as I said, Senator Villar, wala tayong titingnan dito. Kailangan doon tayo manindigan sa tama. Kung ano yung tama, doon tayo lahat. Kailangan solid tayo sa aspeto na yan. Wala tayong pag-aawayan dito. Basta ang panindigan natin kung ano lang yung tama. Okay, Senator JV, no more opening statement?
Mr. Chair, just a quick, no, because
Okay.
I think most of our colleagues already aired the sentiments of those affected, no, talagang napakahirap. But I am more concerned, Mr. Chair, on the solutions that we are looking forward, no, because I have the very first bill that I filed in this Congress is a comprehensive master plan for infrastructure development. Kasi nga po, yan tingin ko yan talaga ang kulang ng ating bansa because of our political system. Yung mga projects natin, either short term or medium term, no? So at first, Mr. Chair, supposedly para po ito sana sa transport, modernization and infra development, no? Yung railway system, our airports, ports, that needs about yung planning, execution, implementation 20, 30, 50 years, no? But we decided already to include water, yung ating water management system and energy para po sino man ang umupong presidente sa ating bansa, they may have their own pet projects and priority projects, but yung meron tayong blueprint or master plan that will be followed for infrastructure development. So yan yung tinitingnan natin, Mr. Chair. I think that ito na siguro yung hopefully this will be passed already. Kasi tingin ko long term na dapat ang tignan natin kasi nakikita ko taon-taon, no? I can hear the Senator Joel who's from Bulacan, nakaka-frustrate talaga. Taon-taon nakikita natin yung mga projects, slow protection, flood control, taon-taon, pero nothing is happening. Anong problema? Piecemeal. Baka kailangan talaga comprehensive master plan. So yan yung tinitingnan natin as a solution. What is also frustrating is that pag tag-ulan, sobrang tubig natin, binabaha tayo. Pag tag-init, wala naman tayong tubig, mapatubig. So, saan tayo nagkukulang? Ba't hindi natin kaya i-retain yung water that we are blessed? Doon nga sa Amerika, konti lang ang ulan, pero they're able to retain the water. So, I think, Mr. Chair, I'm looking at the long-term solution. So, I'm hoping that yung ating comprehensive master plan for infrastructure development talagang would be the solution to the flooding problem as well. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Senator JV. And just the ground rules, no? Bago pa tayo magkainitan dito, for this hearing, we will give 10 minutes for the presentations of the first DPWH and then MMDA. And then this will be followed by the questions of the chair and the other members of the committee in order to on their arrival. No, we will give them 10 minutes, and then per senator per round of questioning. So DPWH Secretary Bonoan, you are now recognized. Do you have any presentation, Secretary? There. I would like to recognize Chairman Artes. Yeah,
Thank you, Your
the
Honors.
acting chair.
Ah,
Chairman, medyo pinakulo mo yung dugo namin, parang binabaliwala mo yung problema natin.
Pasensya na po. I attended a previously scheduled conference po sa BIR. MMDA matter din po yung diniscuss because of an ongoing audit. I committed naman po na as soon as matapos, didiretso.
Senator Joel?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Mr. Chairman, I think there's a miscommunication, Mr. Chairman, because when we ask where you are, the reasons given to us is that you are with BIR. So sana lang next time, Mr. Chairman, hindi, para lang ho malinaw, no? Just being fair here, we just wanted to make sure na if we had we known that you're coming, hindi kami magsasalita ng gano'n, Mr. Chair. Kasi parang yun nga yung binabanggit ko kanina, marami kaming pinagdadaanan ngayong mga panahon na to.
I
Mahirap.
completely understand, Your
I hope you
Honors.
understand.
I
Yeah, thank
completely
you.
understand, Your Honors. Would like to apologize then kasi it's a previously scheduled conference na to address concerns po ng MMDA sa BIR.
Yes.
My
Okay.
apologies, Your Honor.
Yeah, next time, Chairman, medyo very serious tong problema na hinaharap natin. So hindi to po pwedeng Pagka gano'n, iiwan natin lahat. Miski asawa natin pumigil sa atin, hindi tayo pwede awatin ang asawa natin pagdating dito. Okay? So anyway.
Wala kasi.
Kasi, may side comment dito eh. But anyway,
Siya lang ang malakas sa asawa, yung iba takot sa asawa.
Kasama po ako doon.
okay. All right, okay, DPWH, you are now recognized. Secretary Bonoan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. It's an honor again to be here to shed lights on what the Department of Public Works and Highways is doing with regard to addressing flooding problems in the Philippines. Listening to the statements of the honorable senators make me feel that there is a lot of work to be done, actually. And but I'm very happy that it is recognized that flood control problem should be implemented in a holistic approach. Engineering intervention that is being done by the Department of Public Works and Highways is just one of the components that have to be undertaken. There are, sa tingin ko, I think there are other components and there are other sectors that need to be addressed, actually, in order to have a holistic, effective, resilient, sustainable flood control program in many parts of the country. And Mr. Chairman, as far as the Department of Public Works and Highways, we are ready actually to present some of the major projects that are actually being undertaken throughout the country. To start with, Mr. Chairman, there are 18 major river basins in the country, 18 of these. And most of these 18 major river basins in the country have already been may master plan na po rito. And there are projects in various stages of implementation. Let me put it this way. In Luzon, there are 7 major river basins. 7 major river basins. From the north, it is yung, let's say, Apayao-Abalug River Basin. This is going to be an Asian Development Bank assisted project. It is now in the process of finalizing the arrangements in order that we can start the conduct of feasibility study and detail engineering designs. Then we have actually the Abra River Basin. This is again going to be under the Asian Development Bank financing program. We have, of course, the Agno River Basin that is under the Japan International Cooperation Agency. Part of it has already been completed. And the Imos River Basin, which is an ongoing project in Cavite. Actually, this is the Cavite Industrial Area Flood Risk Management Project. And we also have the Cagayan. This is ongoing by the Japan International Cooperation Agency.
JICA ito. JICA.
It's an ongoing project.
Proceed.
And then Cagayan River Basin, this is the largest river basin in the country. And many parts of this project has already been completed under the Japan International Cooperation Agency. In Pampanga River Basin, of course, there are several projects that are being implemented here. The integrated risk reduction and climate change adaptation measures in the low-lying areas of Pampanga, which is actually Korean-assisted project. This is ongoing. Now we have one major project that is being soon to be implemented, which is the Central Luzon Pampanga River Floodway and San Antonio Swamp River Dike. This is going to be an Asian development project.
I would like to acknowledge the arrival of Senator Pimentel. Go ahead, continue, Senator Pimentel.
And of course, there's another one. That's there is actually the Philippine-Korea Project Preparation Facility that will help us actually identify other areas in the Pampanga River Basin area. Of course, we have the Pasig Marikina River, Laguna Lake River Basin that's now ongoing. Actually, these are actually financed by the World Bank, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, Mr. Chairman. And moving on to the Visayas, there are three major river basins. Actually, the Panay River Basin. This is also a Korean-assisted project, which is ongoing.
So foreign assisted.
Ongoing, and we have the Halaor River Basin. This is an Asian Development Bank assisted project. The feasibility study has been completed, and the Ilog Hilabangan River Basin, the master plan is ongoing at this point in time. Ilog Hilabangan River Basin, Your Honor. This is in Negros Occidental, Your Honor. This is an Asian Development Bank assisted project, Your Honor. And in Mindanao, there are 8 major river basins in various stages of
Mr. Chairman,
implementation.
just to point out, wala ho yan dun sa GAA at NEP natin. Kasi tinitignan ko wala sa listahan. Yan pong item na yan, sir.
Ano yan? Sige,
Foreign assisted ba?
foreign assisted ito lahat?
Oo.
Foreign assisted pala ito. These are ODA.
Ano na status niyan? How many % na nagagawa sa mga binabagit mo? Can you give us can you furnish
well,
us with
Yes,
your
we can
record?
furnish you actually the actual
Para I can
implementation.
give it to the committee para mapag-aralan na lahat.
Yes po.
So how many % na yan? That started when?
This has been, this projects has been started in the past administrations, actually, in various stages of implementation, Your Honor. And we're just continuing them, actually, at this point in
Yeah,
time.
just like what happened in sa Cavite, yung
Yes.
JICA project dyan.
Started long.
Ginawa yung study niyan when I was still governor of Cavite. Ngayon, hindi pa yata tapos. Imagine, 20, ha? Tapos na. Kailan natapos?
It's the water retarding facility, di ba?
Last year, natapos na. So ngayon, gumagana na yon. Yung IMUS, kaya kami hindi lumubog ngayon, ganun ba? O hindi lang siguro nataon sa atin yung bagyo. So sige, pag hindi, ikaw ilulubog ko dun, ha? Sige.
No,
Kaya mo yan. Okay, very good. Congratulations then. Yeah.
Chairman, I want to ask question. Di ba to pag foreign assisted, merong counterpart ng Philippines? But
Yes, Your Honor.
that will fall under DAGA, yung counterpart ng Philippines.
yung question is Wala
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi
Yes.
alam ko lahat ng foreign assisted project, may counterpart ang Philippines. Mas maliit, pero it's in DAGA, di ba? Just give it a summary.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for. Because
Yeah, baka po pwedeng bigyan nyo kami ng summary
In
niyan.
2020, are we talking of 2023,
Yan yung-
Your Honor?
We've been asking for this kagabi pa. Sabi ko, furnish nyo kami, ayaw nyo kami bigyan. Masakit ang ulo natin yan eh.
Bigyan na lang
Anyway,
tayo.
sige, furnish nyo na lang kami.
Yung foreign funding, ano yung GAA? Para alam natin every project.
17, 16, tanggal.
Tek, yung ano lang natin is for flooding, ha? Hindi naman natin binabanggit yung lahat na ibang
Budget natin.
projects. Kasi if we're gonna
Oh, flooding lang ha?
mention all the projects na ODA, baka hanggang bukas po tayo. But just flooding, Sec, no?
Sige, Secretary.
Here, well, I don't know if I have to. This year, we had very, except for the project that, the budget that we have proposed, we had been released a very small amount of it
For the
for
flooding problem.
for the ODA projects.
The ODA.
ODA.
So ito pong mga nakalist dito na binigay sa amin, ito ho yung na-release na hindi pa. Yung sa...
Baka locally funded yung karamihan, Your Honor.
Okay, sige pa. Thanks.
Okay, are you finished?
Yes, Your Honor. As I was saying, actually, many of these projects are in various stages of implementation. Many are in project preparations. Some of them are actually completed and some of them are ongoing, Your Honor.
Okay, pwede pa Pa-xerox na natin to so
Yes,
that
I can give you a
you can
copy of this.
give us a copy.
We can give you a copy of this, Your Honor.
Okay, so maya natin tuloy sa'yo, Secretary, no? Para mabigyan din muna kami ng kopya niyan para matingnan namin while you're talking. Okay, Chairman, Attorney Artes,
Yes, Your
MMDA,
Honors.
you have any,
Just
baka
like,
meron kayong presentation?
we
You're
have
recognized.
a presentation, but
Short, keep it short.
I will just manifest, Your Honor.
Okay,
Para
sige.
mabilis po. Unang-una po, ang role po ng Metro Manila Development Authority insofar as flood management is concerned, primarily ay yung operations po ng 71 pumping stations. Ang paggawa po niyan at pagre-rehabilitate ay nakalagak sa DPWH. Masasabi ko po na yung 71 pumping stations po natin ay gumagana 100% capacity. Marami po dyan ang na-improve na or na-rehabilitate ng DPWH by replacing old pumps ng mas malakas at mas efficient na mga pumps.
Can I ask question on that? Kasi may experience kami sa pumping station nyo eh. Can I ask a question?
Ba-
Naman ng pumping station, pag nag-pump, ang nakukuha basura. Tapos nasisira yung pumping station. Katulad nung between Parañaque and Las Piñas na river, nilagyan nyo ng pumping station, lalong nagbaha. Kasi yung pumping station nyo, ang nakuha, puro basura. And then hindi na nag-function. So nakaharang pa siya doon sa river. Hindi namin malinis yung river dahil nakaharang siya doon. Tapos pinabayaan din ang dami-daming informal settler doon sa river. So ako kino-question ko yung idea ng pumping station kasi marami na rin nagsabi sa akin na sa Metro Manila ang problem, yung pumping station nyo, imbis na i-pump ang water out of the
Plastic
river,
ang napapump.
nakukuha basura, nagma-malfunction ng pumping station.
Sige.
Magiging effective. So, imbis na makatulong, nakakasama pa. Kaya you have to study that yung sinasabi mo na you have a very successful, napakaraming pumping station. I don't think so. Kasi yung pumping station namin hindi natakbo.
Okay, Chairman Artes, please answer. Sige. Para klaro lang din yung pumping station because it's very important eh.
Unang-una po, yung pong efficiency insofar as pumping stations are concerned ay proven naman po. May mga ilang instances lamang po tulad nga po ng nasa presentation namin. Kasama po sa problema yan. Pag po sobrang dami ng basura na pipilitan po kaming itigil yung operation temporarily para alisin po yung
Dahil
mga basura.
hindi maawat yung ibang mga kababayan natin nagtatapon ng basura sa ilog.
Marami po. In fact, kahit po anong linis namin on a daily basis, pati po yung ating mga drainage system.
Okay,
Kahit po
pagbibigyan
paulit-ulit-
natin si Senator Villar, no? What is the solution, other solution? Kung halimbawa, tatanggalin mo yung pumping station, do you think may iba pang solution to handle that baha?
Lulubog po ang buong Metro Manila pag inalis po natin lahat ng pumping
So-
stations.
So we really need that pumping station. Yun din ang advice sa Bacoor, pumping station. That's why we have to, kumbaga, lalagyan mo ng bakod ang buong Bacoor and then itataas mo yung lupa and then you pump the water out.
Yes po. Ang dalawa po kasi ang purpose ng pumping station, mayroon po yung kaakibat na floodgates. Kung
Right.
saan pinipigilan natin yung pagpasok ng mas mataas na tubig galing sa dagat para pumasok sa Metro Manila. At yung pong tubig na nasa loob na ng Metro Manila galing po sa mga bundok, sa ulan, kailangan i-pump out po natin. Otherwise, magi-stay
Kasi pagka sumabay ang high
High
tide
tide at
sa
ulan.
baha at nagsabayan, wala nang pupuntahan eh.
Wala po.
So lulubog na talaga ang Metro
Kaya-
Manila, especially yung mga mabababang lugar. That's our, kumbaga yan, ang personal experience namin sa Bacoor. That's why yung
Kaya nga po
ako-
tayo may floodgates, Your Honors, ay para po pigilan yung tubig na galing sa dagat na pumasok. At yung pumping stations naman po natin ang magpa-pump ng tubig within Metro Manila palabas. At yung floodgates po
I
ang
think
haharang para wag
problema yung
bumalik.
pumping station, hindi yung
Right.
pagpigil ng tubig galing sa dagat. Kasi okay lang yun, napigilin mo pag high tide. Pero yung paglabas ng tubig, kasi sa amin, yung sa lahat ng river namin, yun lang may pumping station na nagbabaha.
Ang,
We have many rivers and I'm really active in rivers. I won the 2011 UN Award for Water for Life na binigay ng United Nations. So ako talaga mahilig ako sa paglinis ng ilog. Ang nagbabaha lang naming ilog, yung I share with Parañaque, yung may pumping station. Kasi tingin ko yung pumping station hindi na nakakatulong, nakakasama pa kasi
because yung maintenance siguro ang problema dyan, ma'am. The pumping station is not bad per se, pero pagka pinabayaan nyo na, masama na siya ngayon. Kaya ang ano dyan, sa maintenance. So doon siguro yun dapat tinitingnan ng MMDA at pinag-aaralan din ng DPWH, no?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
very specific example na yung binigay na ni Senator Cynthia Villar, very specific na. So can we request a specific study and an answer be submitted to the committee? Bakit in that particular case, nagbabaha? Of all the places sa Las Piñas, walang pumping stations yung iba, ito may pumping station, siya pa daw ang binabaha. So can we take a look lang? Yan lang. You know, we need not arrive at the answer today, pero is that a possible request, Mr. Chairman?
We'll
Very
submit,
specific.
Your Honor.
to remove the pumping station. Kasi imbis namin malinis, siya doon. Wala naman siya nagagawa.
Ma'am, pag ginawa po natin yan, babaha lalo tayo pagka tinanggal ang pumping station.
That
Meron ba kayong study, DPWH, meron ba kayong study na ganyan, MMDA? Na pag tinanggal ang pumping station, what will happen?
laking river namin hindi bumabaha. Itong maliit na river na may pumping station ang bumabaha. It's really something. I mean, kasi ako, I really went there kasi reklamo na reklamo yung mga homeowner. It's a small river na may pumping station. Yun ang nagbabaha. Yung mga big river namin like Zapote River, Molino River, Las Piñas River, hindi naman nagbabaha. Walang pumping station. Nililinis lang namin. Oh, bakit?
Okay. Sige, sagot. Chairman Artes.
Per confirmation with our staff, we're not operating a pumping station in Las Piñas, Parañaque River, Your Honor.
Kaninong ano yan? Baka meron, wala daw dipito. Ma'am, baka kay Ninong Manny yan.
Ako naloloka. Ano ba yun? Ba't ayaw nyo admit?
I'm
Wala. Teka nga, kaninong pumping station yung sinasabi ni Senator Villar?
Either DPWH or MMDA, ano ako nag-i-imagine?
Pardon, Your Honor, I did not say you're imagining, pero according to our...
Teka muna, I would like to recognize Senator Jinggoy. All right, sige, continue.
Wala po kaming ino-operate na pumping station so far as Las Piñas, Parañaque Rivers.
DPWH. Puntahan mo na kayo. Sabi ko na yun sa district engineer na patanggal na yun eh. Ako na lang ang maglilinis ng river. Kasi nakaharang siya doon, lalong hindi malinis yung river.
Kaya pala.
Sinisisi nung mga homeowner na wala daw akong ginagawa para linisin yun.
Secretary, please act on that immediately. Dahil mapagkakamalang pang...
Your Honor,
bakit hindi naman Ninong Manny na pagawa?
Your Honor, I think it's not actually I don't think it's actually the pumping station that is the issue. Actually, it's how to manage solid waste disposal.
Yun na nga, you have
I mean,
We really have to educate.
that Filipinos, they really
Solid.
throw garbage into the river every day. So when you make a model, that is an assumption.
Yes.
Diba? Because
We've been,
mga
Totoo
Pilipino,
yan.
kahit magalit ka na magalit, they throw every day. That's why in Las Piñas and Bacoor and Parañaque, we clean a river
totoo
every
yan. Totoo. In fairness, kay Ninang Cynthia.
Mr. Chairman.
assumption.
Yes, Secretary Joel. Senator
Thank you.
Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I don't want to leave this topic without a closure. What is what or ano ba talaga yung pumping station ba nakakatulong o hindi? Kasi hindi maganda na napapanood tayo ng lahat ng Pilipino sa buong Pilipinas. Yung binabanggit yung pumping station, walang kwenta. nakakabaha. Yung sabi naman nung the other hand, yung pumping station nakakatulong. I also did it in my province. So which is which? I'm not an expert here. As much as I wanted to listen to our colleagues here, I don't think someone here has really the expertise to tell us which is which. So before we just leave the topic,
Let's study.
may silbi ba
Kailangan-
talaga? Wala ba tayong expert dito para
Dito
sumagot?
babagsak talaga, Senator Joel, ang master plan eh. Di ba? Kung talagang kailangan ba talaga ng,
I'm sorry,
Basta
Mr. Chair.
talaga-
I don't want to leave the topic, Mr. Chairman, without saying, ang pumping station ba ay may silbi o wala? Because we did it also. Let's face it, let us not be afraid of the truth. If it's inutil at walang kwenta, aminin natin. Then we go back to square one and say, mali talaga yan, tanggalin natin. Nagkamali tayo ng decision.
I think what the secretary was saying, na okay ang pumping station kung walang basura. Oo, kasi yun ang
So
nagpapasira
that's the
ng
answer.
pumping
we have to
station.
educate the
But
people.
we cannot live in the Philippines without assuming that the people
walang
will
basura.
throw garbage into the river. That's a reality of the Philippines. Oh.
Nakakuha nga po kami ng refrigerator nung isang araw sa amin eh. Sa,
Okay, let's just put
sa Bulacan.
order.
Oo.
Okay, ang kailangan dito, holistic approach. Kasi ang kamanaba, kapag tinanggal mo yung pumping station dyan, sigurado lubog na yan. Ha? So yun ang perfect example natin. Ako, simula pa nung chairman ako ng Public Works ng ano doon dati, no? Same, when I was Senator 2004 or 6. Binisita ko yan, nakita ko yan. Nakita ko ang tulong ng pumping station. Kailangan tama lang talaga yung ginagawa at yung maintenance niyan talagang tinututukan ng DPWH, ng MMDA. Kaya yan talaga nakikita kong solusyon sa problema. Pero yung katulad ng sinasabi ni Ninang Cynthia, kung na-experience niya yung ganun, ba't tingnan nyo? Hindi naman po pwedeng siya na lang palagi nag-aabono dahil siya talaga nag-aabono doon sa mga areas na yon. And totoo yan. Kaya napakalaking problema nito. So siguro, umpisahan na natin, no? Okay, my first question for DPWH and MMDA. In the last 10 years, DPWH received around 726 billion pesos for flood control and management, while MMDA received almost 9 billion. Halos 1 trilyong piso na yan. Mas malaki pa yan kesa sa budget ng DOH, Department of Agriculture, pati sa DSWD. Ang laki ng budget nyo. Malaki ang tiwala ang binibigay sa inyo. So I suppose, eksperto naman kayo lahat dyan. Alam na alam nyo yan. So ano na po ang nangyari dito sa mga pondo na to? Okay, Secretary Bonoan, you may answer first.
As I mentioned kanina po, Mr. Chairman, there are many projects na sinasagawa ng Department of Public Works and Highways over the years. No? Itong past administrations have been doing many of these projects in major river basins. Medyo malalaki po ito because these are the official development assistance program na ginagawa. And aside from this, there had been many local flood control projects that were implemented locally all over the country din po. So I think this is where the budget went over the years. No? I can only speak during the term now that we have assumed office this year. And it's true that actually yung the budget of the department for this year for flood control is about 183
Parang nabawasan yata yan. Parang natapisan kayo.
for 2023 po. For 2023, it's 183 billion, 187 billion pesos. And the projects are still ongoing, Mr. Chairman, for this year
Mr. Chair,
under our
if I
watch.
may interject. Out of the 183 billion, ilan yung nakaalat sa Region 3?
Out of the 183 billion
Allocated to Region 3.
Region 3, Your
Region 3,
Honor,
Bulacan,
is,
Pampanga,
yes,
Zambales, Bataan, Tarlac.
Yeah, let me just look. This is actually for flood mitigation structures. This is 14.6 billion in the major river basins and principal rivers in Region 3, a total of 27.8.71 billion pesos.
27?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that not sufficient to stop the flooding in Region 3?
Well, this is just part of the effort, actually, Your Honor. I think there are, it has to be a continuing program because there are many projects that are still ongoing, Your Honor.
What about other regions? How much are allotted?
Well, I can furnish you
Will you submit a copy to, before this committee?
I have here the
let's
allocations
just-
per region, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, may
Just
I,
wait.
considering that Senator Jinggoy already asked this question for Region 3, no? The budget that you're talking about, Mr. Chairman, is just the flood mitigation program. But when you talk about the entire program of addressing flooding, Mr. Chairman, hindi lang po 182 billion yan, Mr. Chairman. For example, dun po sa binanggit na budget sa Central Luzon, hindi po kasama dyan yung tinatawag na Convergence and Special Support Program. Hindi pa
Yes.
po kasama dyan yung Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, Basic Infrastructure Program. Hindi pa po kasama dyan yung ODA. Hindi po kasama dyan yung mga inutang natin na ginagawa. So you're looking at far bigger figures, amount, Mr. Chairman, Senator Jinggoy, when you talk about the budget. And that's why my question, Mr. Chairman, for example, in Bulacan, the flood control program, nakalista lang doon is 1.7 billion. Pero pag hinimay mo lahat ng buong budget, Mr. Chairman, halos 18-17 billion pa po yung nakalagay doon sa mga mitigating, etc. Am I correct, Secretary?
That's correct, Your Honor. I'm sorry,
Thank
but I think, yeah, I was just looking at the,
Yes, I understand, Secretary. Thank you.
the
Thank
major
you. But
program.
just to give my colleagues and the committee the
That's
entire picture of what it looks like.
Yes.
And that's why you could just imagine my disappointment, Senator Jinggoy.
Yeah.